I listened to an interview you granted before now. You said that you talked to the Ministry of Power to give you 8 megawatts. Was that right? And that you got 18 megawatts.
I got it, and they're still even true to it. And I'm very happy about it.
There are people saying that there are no industries to make use of the 18 megawatts of electricity that you have.
The industries
in
have started coming. They have started coming. Small industries are springing up, particularly those that are polishing rice, because you know that Taraba is a rice heaven.
Is that right?
We can supply the whole country with rice.
How come it's not as famous as the Kebbi rice?
Because they take most of the rice from Taraba and refine it, process it somewhere else. But Taraba is actually the home of rice. The river Benue passes longest in Taraba State.
So
last year I had 14,700 farmers that have encouraged to farm dry season rice. They are so much happy. They want to repeat it this year.
So what are you doing then to ensure that, Taraba actually earns the name which it really deserves? I mean, as I said, it's not as famous as, say, Abakaliki rice or even the Lake rice now, which is the partnership between Lagos and Kebbi.
These people, the places you're talking that are popular is the processing. We're getting there. We're starting to get how to process our own rice from Taraba. But most of the rice that you see processed in Kano, in other big cities, come from Taraba today. I can show you a picture of some of them I took here on the rice field. They all come to pick the rice from Taraba State.
Why are they not milling it there?
That is what we are doing now. That is what we are doing now.
Can the government do it all? Because people say that,
No, government has no business in business.
I'm sure you're trying to attract them.
I'm attracting. Look. Government has no business in business. I met 25 marijuana industries. I have woken up 6. So what? 6 are up. So what? So now I'm thinking of how to diversify. Bring in a private people.
Why?
Reduce the shares of government in it. Because anything government in Nigeria, people see it as nobody's thing. Anything government is nobody's honor. They don't know that it's all of us that owns it. So they run it down. The best way to do that, I'll fix those companies, reduce the share of government, give it to responsible companies that will maintain it, and move on.
I'm just wondering, why do you think that people will come and take rice from Taraba, not mill it in Taraba, and then take it somewhere else to mill?
If you have a factory in, say, Abuja, why will you go and mill in Taraba? You just send the trucks back, bring the rice here, and mill it here. So I need to encourage people. I need to encourage private investors. And I'm trying to do that so that they build the factories there. We have small-scale factories now beginning to spring up. Particularly there is one which is doing a good rice in Taraba. But it's not as big as a Ebonyi rice. But they are moving on.
Well, you have just only recently invested some money in agriculture. You're very happy. I mean, I think it was the vice president who came to commission the greenhouse project, which you recently commissioned for about 2 billion naira.
Exactly.
And we understand it's employing about 200 people.
No, more than that. Almost 500 people.
Is it almost 500 now?
Yes, 500 people.
The last we read, they said it was employing about 200 people. Nevertheless, would you say that 2 billion, I mean, when you look at how much it costs to build that greenhouse, company, shouldn't you have used it to, say, expand agriculture, considering the fact that the land is very fertile in Taraba?
You see, I met a very bad example and a bad test. The previous regime, they took about almost 2 billion, and they shared it, gave it to farmers as agricultural loan. And now, not up to one quarter redeemed the pledge because they saw it as a free money from government given to them. Right now, as I'm talking to you, even the 1 quarter that we collected, I had to set up a committee to go after them. And now I'm going to receive another 2 billion. If it were you, will you do the same mistake that somebody had done? No. I decided that simple things like tomato, pepper, cucumber, and the rest are being imported. I want to stop it. And that can be done in my state. So I decided to go into the greenhouse project. And it's a huge, huge success. Most of our greenhouse products have found their way into various markets and have earned the name Baba Cucumber.
But how then do you ensure, I mean, that farmers in your state then get support without squandering the money or
they are getting support.
freebies?
Farmers are getting support in terms of fertilizer, in terms of agri inputs, in terms of guiding them. If I tell you that 14,700 people were able to harvest a very good yield from dry season farming this year, something was definitely, some people have aided them. And this year we're hoping to triple, if not more than that, number of farmers that will be on the field. IFAD was helping us, that is part of the UN development, and also the Central Bank. They help us a lot with Uncle Bora scheme, and that is working very well. It's working very well. And I assure you, maybe the next time you come to Taraba State, you will be able to visit not one or two small scale factories, but big industries. We have a very big factory that will have taken up about 4 years ago, but we ran into problem in Gasso. For 4 years, we were trying to solve the problem. When I came, I resolved this problem. Just when we solved the problem, we now entered encumbrances with the Federal Ministry of Water. And so that discourages investor. The investor wants to pack and move.
We'll come back and I'll let you expatiate a bit more about that. So we'll also talk about how Taraba might have been insulated from the upheavals occasioned by terrorism, but it also had its own fair share of violent communal clashes, one of which is as a result of the friction between farmers and herdsmen. That will be when we come back from this break. Please stay with us.